Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
In a shocking turn of events, Apple Watch sales have declined for the second consecutive year, with global sales plummeting 19% in 2024 compared to the previous year. WatchWire News has the latest on this developing story and what it means for Apple's wearable market dominance. It turns out the lack of significant new features in the Apple Watch Series 10 is a major contributor to this decline. Now, you might be thinking, what about the Apple Watch Ultra? Didn't that see a slight increase in sales? Well, yes and no. The Apple Watch Ultra has still performed well, but its growth was largely due to the release of the first-generation Apple Watch Ultra 2, which accounted for over 10% of total sales. However, this year's model failed to impress, falling to under 8% of total sales. So, what's behind this decline? According to Counterpoint Research, it all comes down to a lack of updates in the mid-range and high-end models. That's right, folks at WatchWire News. If you're like me, you've been eagerly waiting for an update on the Apple Watch SE or Apple Watch Ultra. But alas, neither received a significant refresh this year, leaving those who already own these devices feeling like they don't need to upgrade just yet. And that's exactly what's happening. People are holding off on buying new Apple Watches because they already have one and see no reason to upgrade every year. Now, you might be wondering what buyers want from an Apple Watch before they'll consider purchasing a new one. Well, according to some experts, it all comes down to that elusive O2 sensor. Yes, you heard that right, the O2 sensor. As an owner of an Apple Watch 6 myself, I can attest to its importance. And let me tell you, if Apple wants to see those sales numbers bounce back, they're going to have to get creative with this feature. Now, some might say, but what about all the other features? What's so special about the O2 sensor? Well, that's a great question. At WatchWire News, we've been saying for a while now that an Apple Watch is only as good as its software updates. And let me tell you, if Apple wants to compete with those fancy smartwatches from the competition, they're going to have to step up their game. So, what's next? Well, rumor has it that Apple is working on some exciting new features for the upcoming Apple Watch Series 11, including additional health sensors and possibly even cameras. But let me tell you, folks at WatchWire News are keeping a close eye on this story, and will bring you all the updates as soon as they become available. But here's the thing, it's not just about adding more features to an Apple Watch, it's about delivering on those promises. And if Apple can't deliver on that, well, then maybe it's time for them to rethink their strategy. Because, at the end of the day, folks at WatchWire News know that a smartwatch is only as smart as its software.